Hi everybody, I am so glad to be back with all of you. I am so excited for this week. Well, actually we're going to do it for the rest of the month. This is how to chalk on a budget, and you will be surprised on how many awesome things chalk has for budget friendly ideas and designs. It's super awesome. Let me really quickly send this over to my VIP group. If you are not a designer and you would love to be in the VIP group, please comment VIP below and I will get you the link so you can jump on over there and see what is going on. So today is the 20th, the first day of spring. Not first full day, but first day of spring. And I'm sorry, but that to me is super exciting because I don't like the cold. And I have actually been cold almost all day. So let's get this warm weather coming in, right? Where it depends on where you are, of course. Depends on the weather. All right, sent that over to my VIP group. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments, you just go ahead and leave them in the comments below and I will answer them. If I don't see them for some odd reason in the live, please just let me answer them when I'm done. Sometimes Facebook shows me, sometimes it doesn't. So today we are actually going to do a project with our drop-in box frame. Our drop-in box frame is $20, but this is how it's budget friendly. It has 3 drop-in pieces that are double-sided. So you get 6 projects in one surface, which is just amazing. Plus, we still have Transfer Palooza going on, which we have buy 3, get 1 free transfer. And guess what? There are 4 transfers that go with this box frame, but you can also use A-size transfers on this as well. As a designer, you get 40% off retail. As a club member, you get a flat rate shipping. So there is a budget friendliness to all of chalk, despite what people may think. Also, another way to save is with our singles. Right now, we have palette packs until the 23rd on sale, 50% off. While supplies last, super awesome. Great way to save. And then you can always add in the other things that you need, like your fuzzing cloth, your quick dry tool, all of that stuff. But you don't have to have that to finish a project. Those are just awesome tools to help you along with making multiple projects. You can actually fuzz on your jeans or a t-shirt. Just beware of animal hair if you have animals, which we do. We have a Labrador, a Great Pyrenees, a mixed breed, and a cat. So we have animal hair quite often on our clothing, even when they're not allowed in certain rooms of the house. So just keep that in mind. Also, the quick dry tool, you could always use a hair dryer if you don't want to buy the quick dry tool, but I will tell you the quick dry tool is awesome because it has 2 different settings. It's got high and low, and it gets pretty warm, so it's really awesome, fast way to dry all of our projects. So let's get started. We are going to open our box frame. I don't use my Club Couture scissors for anything but transfers. But just so you know, you can just use regular scissors if you want to. One awesome thing about this too is this can be painted. So that is really awesome. It will hold all of your designs in one frame. If you want refill packs, you can also buy those. They come in a 3-pack for $5. If you're a designer, you save 40% off that. Club members, obviously, you guys are going to get your flat rate shipping. So it's awesome. Any A-size transfer will also fit on these. I just pulled out the coordinating transfers. So these are kind of like a chipboard with chalk suede paper on both sides. I always recommend that you wax them, which are wax. You can buy it. If you don't want to wax, then that's up to you. If it's not in your budget, I totally understand. But all 3 of these will fit right into this box frame all together. And, oh my goodness, guys, it's because it's not all together here. Okay, there we go. And they just slide right in. It's going to prove me wrong, isn't it? sometimes, and I just noticed that, there's a little catch right there. But you can also do it like this. Hold on, you can do it individually. So you have 1, 2, if I can get it in there. It's trying to go, but it's like catching. There we go, I got it. 3. So that keeps them nice and tight inside there. Now to pull them out, I always just recommend you just kind of pull them out. Now mine that I have sitting on my shelf by my front door, if you have ever seen my front door shelf, I only have 1 in there at a time, but that's just my own personal preference. Plus you can do them vertically or horizontally or vertically, however you want to do them. Just keep that in mind too. So if you wanted to do an A-size transfer, you totally can do that on these. So we have these 3 coordinating transfers that go with this. So this one is for, well, actually, let's do this one first. This one was for Valentine's Day, but you can use it all year long. Birthday, or weddings would be really cute. We have this really cute dragonfly. Then you have Easter and spring here. Okay, and then we have like summer and 4th of July. But if you are in Canada, we have one for Canada too, which matches the one for the US. So we did not forget about our wonderful Canadian friends. So that is 3 of them. Yes, that's 4 including the Canadian one, but you can always add in another transfer, or maybe you want to add in a different transfer. You still will get that deal, the Transfer Palooza deal. So lots of savings going on. So we are going to do only one project today. We're only going to do 1 of these. I have stuff all over my desk, and I'm not sure why. I haven't been home for 2 weeks, so not sure what's going on there. So we are actually going to do, let's see. I have this one already up in my house. So why don't we do this one today? So I'm going to pull out some paste off my back wall here because I want to do red and blue, and I'm going to do the same. Let's see. These are all the colors that are available, just FYI. I'm going to do Colonial and... Ooh. Okay, that was a different way for it to come down. Candy Apple, if I can grab it out of here. Hold on. There we go. Got it. Candy Apple and Colonial. I'm going to have to reorganize this, guys. I just dropped another paste on the floor. So, don't want to do that. Thankfully, they're closed. And we are going to do... We're going to do sage for the leaves for this awesome design. This is why I love having my paste wall, because it makes it so much easier to grab paste off of the wall. Now, obviously, paste packets are going to be your best bet budget-wise. Great thing about our paste jars are they last a long, long time. So, of course, I'm going to open these up because they have not been opened. I'm going to mix them with my stir sticks, because you always want to mix your paste and make sure that they are mixed in really, really well. This is Colonial Blue, one of my favorite colors. Blue is my favorite color, to be honest. Let's grab out some other paste. Stir sticks here. We got Candy Apple Red. And this is going to dye the silk screen, just FYI, because it always does. Always does. And I wash my stir sticks and I reuse them, which you can totally do. Another budget-friendly thing. Uh-oh, this one might be dried. This one's dried out. We can bring this back to life. I'm going to show you guys how to do that too. Okay, I might actually have to use a actual popsicle stick just to have a little bit more leverage. We don't recommend that you use popsicle sticks because the wood can dry out the paste. but when you need a little bit more leverage, you can totally do that real quick. I'm using distilled water because any other kind of water, if it'll go, will dry out or will make your paste mold, and we obviously do not want that. I might have to pull another color off of the wall. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Now, I'm not gonna throw this paste away. Another budget-friendly tip, paint with it. You totally can do that. So let me grab a sage off the wall, which means I'm gonna have to order a new sage. Because I like to have, and I just tripped over my chair. I like to have 3 of each on my wall. Just visually, it makes me happy. I know it probably sounds ridiculous, and you don't have to have that many, but I just like the way it looks. All right, that's much better. Okay, so we are going to wax our surface because it helps protect our transfer from rolling, which we call a roly-poly effect. It helps that, so we don't want that to happen. I'm going to show you guys how quick and easy it is to do that. We are going to, I always use this side of the wax applicator and then the side with the tag to buff it because it's just easier for me. Now with our chalk suede, you obviously don't have to go in a, you know, we always say go with the grain of the wood or whatever. You don't have to do that with chalk suede. You can actually do swirls if you want to, however you want to do it. And let that sit for just a second, let that absorb. So we are going to do, this is actually called Today Will Be Amazing Freedom. And then the one for Canada is Today Will Be Amazing Home. So that is how you would use those. Let me really quickly toss this over here. We are going to fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. Why do we fuzz? Because we are using paste and we don't want it as hard. Now on the back of all of your transfers, it does give you your care instructions. If you've never used chalk before, I also always recommend somebody snags a Try Me kit. Now Try Me kits are an awesome way to try chalk. And it comes with everything you need to make that project, minus your like fuzzing cloth and your extra tools, but you don't need them to finish that. Okay. And I always write on the back of my transfers, and the reason I do that, especially when it's a cut apart, is so I know which side they go back on, how they go back on, what's the top. And I always do a dash mark so I know how many uses I'm getting out of it. It would be helpful if I spell right. But it's all good. It's fine. All right. So we are going to get ready to buff the wax off of this. And I always recommend that you wax your chalk suede paper as well, because you don't want our transfers to stick. This is just a way to make that so it doesn't happen. So our new transfers are transparent, really. You can see right through the silkscreen, but you can also see through the teal. But the company that made these misunderstood and made our slug mark also silkscreen. So I always recommend you use a piece of placement tape on that slug mark so you don't chalk it. They are working on fixing that. That is a work in progress. So just in case you're wondering. All right. And I'm going to center this. This is why I'm saying A-size transfers work great on these as well. Okay, so our slug mark right here that tells you what the transfer is, when it was created, all of that. I'm just going to tape over it. Super easy. Okay. So I want the cute little ladybug red. I want Today red, and I want Will Be Amazing in red. All the rest of it's going to be in sage green. So if you are like, no, I'm going to end up chalking where I don't want to chalk. That's another reason why the placement tape is awesome, okay? I'm going to actually move you guys down in just a second so that you all can see exactly what I'm doing. Hold on. And you can see that this is repositionable. So if you get it in a spot that you don't want it, which this just keeps happening. So I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to use my multi-tool, but you guys get the idea. So hold on, let me move this down so you guys can actually see more on what I am doing. Let's go about our multi-tool. This is an awesome tool because it has a curved end to stir the paste as well. And this end right here is a mini squeegee. And then our detail tool is also got a mini squeegee. So there's lots of cool tools to use to make awesome designs. So we're going to use the red for today. And you can see how well this just kind of spreads like butter across these silkscreen transfers. And it does, it spreads really, really well. Especially our new transfers, they spread a lot better than our old ones, which I didn't think you could get any better than that, but chalk shocked us all and did. If you're really big into crafting, this is a lot of fun. And if you're not, and you're like, oh, but I love that and I want to make that. Guys, it is super easy. It really is as easy as it looks. A lot of people ask me that. Is it really that easy? Yes, it is that easy. Now you could get really into the details and you could make the little ladybug more like a ladybug and do black velvet, and you know, you can do a lot of detail work on that. That's where the placement tape would come into play. I'm just trying to watch where I'm going. Now, after you've done it for so long, you do kind of get the hang of it down. So you will kind of learn, oh, okay, this is how easy it is to maneuver that paste through that silkscreen transfer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up. This is what we call the pull and chalk method. I'm going to pull this up when I'm done to let that not dry in the silkscreen, because it is kind of warm in here today, which I love, but the paste doesn't really care for that too much. It dries a little bit too fast. Okay, just pull that up. That is the best part of the whole thing. The pull and reveal is my favorite. Why? Because every single time, doesn't matter how many times you do it, it just looks amazing and you're just shocked that you created something awesome like that. At least to me. And I've been doing this for almost 3 years. Every time I do it, doesn't matter how many times, it always just feels amazing. Now that's nice and dry. And of course, I'm going to let that get back to room temp, because you don't want it to be non-room temp, because it will mess that up. So lining this back up, especially with our new transfers being more clear, and you can actually line it up a lot easier. I'm going to clean the end of this multi-tool. I'm just using a 99% water baby wipe. That's all I'm using. And again, reusable over and over and over and over and over and over. Some of these multi-tools I have literally had since I started. Squeegees, since I've started. So you guys do get your money's worth. Fuzzing cloths can be washed and reused. Another budget friendly. So can our wax applicators. So just kind of keep that kind of stuff in mind when you are buying stuff. I like keeping things on a budget myself. So when I do a project, I like to make sure that it is more budget friendly. Now I will put a cart link in with all of the things we used here today. Now, if you're like, that is way out of my budget, feel free to take stuff out of the cart. You totally can do that. And remember, the Transfer Palooza, you can add transfers in and save on that. So if you want to make multiple designs, and maybe some of these you're like, I don't want to make that, I want to make a certain A size transfer, or maybe you want to use elements from a B size transfer, you totally can do that. Now tomorrow we're going to do a project on a non-chalk couture surface, which we call found surfaces. We are going to do that tomorrow. So like I said, if you have any questions, please go ahead and leave them in the comments, or you can private message me, however you want. Now what I like to do is I like to use another one of these drop-in pieces, just so that I can flip it around, change it out, and I don't have to necessarily put all of them in. So if you just wanted to use the back side, or if you want to put one on each and then go and do an opposite season or holiday. And I have heard that Chalk is working on making more of these for the drop-in box frame that are meant for the drop-in box frame, but you can use whatever. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to use exactly what we have right here if you wanted an A size. Super cute. Very cute, actually. So what I do is I keep my other ones and I put them off to the side, and then I'll chalk on them, and then I'll drop them in the box frame as I feel that they would be a good fit for that holiday or that season. I decorate for every day, and I also decorate for holidays. And I decorate for holidays that I never used to decorate for. So there is the today will be amazing. So it is dried. It's perfectly dry. So we're going to flip this over. Now, if you're worried about scratching the other side, you can always use your fuzzing cloth. Use the microfiber side, like this, just to sit it on, and flip this side over to fuzz. That's actually what I'm going to do. Now, if you don't have a fuzzing cloth, you can always lay something else down, just so you know. We don't want that fuzzy. There we go. I'm going to flip this back over, and I'm going to let this sit sticky side up for just a second so I can wax this, because we did not wax this side. And it doesn't take much of the wax. It really doesn't. So this wax jar I've had for a long time. And this wasn't even our original wax jars. We used to have these older ones. They redid the formula, so these aren't as hard to get soft. They come out really well, and they last you so long. Another budget-friendly tip, budget-friendly for you. Okay, so when everything is reusable and repurposable, that makes it extremely awesome for budget-friendly. I do want to double check and make sure, okay, that is on the right side. All right. I don't know about you guys, but I am a huge 4th of July, Independence Day, military fan. So I do a lot of, my husband was in the Army, so I do a lot of military freedom stuff. And sometimes I just keep it up all year long. Just something that I love to do. I'm actually going to do the word freedom in the colonial blue as well. And all the rest I'm going to do in candy apple. And you guys can see I haven't redipped at all. And I still have a lot. That's why I'm telling you, like, our transfers don't take that much of the paste. And our paste jars are just awesome because they last a long time. All right, I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to dry that. So like I said, I'm a huge, my nephew actually is deployed right now. So we are a big military family. And so anything to do with patriotic, freedom, anything like that, we are really big into decorating. And sometimes I leave it up all year. I do have a ribbon that I did when I first started. They came back out with a ribbon. And it's been up on my shelf. It's moved around a little bit in my living room, but it's been there since I created it. And it will stay. Now I'm just going to push down these spots right here that I am chalking. I'm not going to push down right through here. Okay, now we are going to do the candy apple. So I'm going to clean this off of the end of the multi-tool. And then we're just going to go across. So this is awesome when it comes to being budget friendly. The paste jars, personally, I use them more than obviously I use the paste packets. But if you're just getting in to chalk and you haven't done it before, I always recommend you do the paste packets. See what colors you really like. Now, our on vogue colors, which are our colors of the season, are not available in paste packets right now. They normally aren't because they are a seasonal paste color. So if you want those, you have to get them in a jar. And our color of the month is only in a jar. And currently the color of the month is called Academia. It is a beautiful, like, greenish blue. It's so pretty. If you've seen other colors of ours, we have one called Tide. And it almost looks like that with a little bit of meadow green kind of put into it. It's pretty awesome. And these are exclusively only for the month. So once they're gone, they are gone. And they've been selling out really fast. I'm not even sure that it's still available. Last I checked, it was, but that was a couple days ago. They didn't anticipate it lasting longer than a couple weeks. And there is Freedom. I'm going to wash my fingers off because I know I have chalk on them. I always do. But little kids can do this too. If this is a project that maybe you want to do with the littles, they love doing it too. And we have a lot of awesome projects that they can make. We have cards. We have the chalk suede paper that they can cut apart. And so that is really cool. Now, I'm going to lift you guys up here so you guys can actually see me dropping this back into the box frame. So there is the other side, right? And then we have our box frame. Drop in box frame. And so I'm going to drop that in. There's one side. Turn around. There's another. And then if I want to change it up and I want to do the peony or whatever, depending on your decor, you totally can do that. And they sit perfectly on a shelf. You can also, if you really wanted to, you could maybe hang it. But just keep in mind that it is double-sided. And we have other pieces that go into this, so that makes it super budget-friendly. And this is a Club Couture surface, so it's really awesome. And you guys have a fabulous rest of your day. Wherever you are, I hope you are cool or warm or whatever. I know that today is the first day of spring and everyone's itching to get back outside. I know I am, and I've kind of got ideas in my head on some plants that I want to go get. It's a little early, but I'm still got an idea. So you guys have a fabulous day. I will put a cart link in to show you guys how to get all of these awesome designs, and then you can choose what you want depending on your budget. All right, guys, join me tomorrow for another awesome budget-friendly Club Couture design, and I will talk to you all later. If you are not a designer, please click that SHARE button and spread the love for me, and you guys see you later. Bye.